Odette is Lelik?
You're looking right at her. Why not address her directly?
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of nerve.
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity anytime I please.
Really?
I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelik. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer, which means that someone else is. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the evidence now. Otherwise, I suggest that you bite your tongue. Because if you really believe I killed 2 people without making a sound or leaving a trace, pointing fingers at me would surely only make you my next target.
Is this really the truth, Miss Odette?
That's confidence, all right. I believe you.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady.
Are you seriously buying this? Hey, officer! She just admitted to being Lelik. Aren't you going to do something about this?
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come forward and reveal your identity?
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on finding Lelik. And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
I still think it's supernatural, but maybe there's a chance that guy who has a fake wife and daughter killed those 2 people. I just don't understand how, though. Because there's no marks on the body, no evidence that they were physically killed. So I don't know how he would have achieved that. There's that weird dream.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure. Clearly, Odette's talent extends far beyond the art of dance.
She thought so far ahead. Ugh, why do I always feel like I'm one step behind her in everything?
You've convinced me. Dealing with the murder case remains the top priority right now. Let's put the name Lelik and all related incidents aside until further notice. Nevertheless, the group still considers you the prime suspect. I assume you have no quarrel with that, Miss Odette?
I understand. You're welcome to keep an eye on me around the clock. I have no objections.
Mr. Chuganov?
For my wife and daughter's sake, I'll let you off the hook for now. But don't think you're forgiven for breaking into my house and threatening me. Just wait till we get out of here, Lelik. We'll settle the score then.
Good work, Lelik guard team. And Lelik too. Here, have some hot water.
Hot water for what? To drink?
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits. So now I've been told I have to guard Lelik with him.
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguards.
That's hilarious.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them also.
You're kinda hot. I like your hair. And your size. You're so tall.
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. The investigation will get easier, and then we'll be safe.
But once the snow stops, won't everyone just leave?
You're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theaters, so we'll still be here. I'll even give you a special backstage pass.
Really, Miss Vodyanitsa? That's awesome! You've made a fan for life.
Aw, you're so cute, Tonya. All right, let's swear to it. I promise to give you the pass, and you promise to never change your mind about being my fan.
Promise.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodyanitsa?
Hey! Mind your own business!
Don't be nervous, Miss Water Imp. Everyone's here. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Excuse me? Do I look nervous? Don't be ridiculous.
No. You sound nervous, lass.
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still... How come you understand our primary mode of expression?
Primary mode of expression. I've not come across that concept before. Do enlighten me, Vodyanitsa.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing, rather than facial expressions.
I mean, it was weird. You just suddenly broke into song out of nowhere, so that was the first clue.
The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So, we think of it as our primary mode of expression.
I'm impressed, Shram. I didn't take you for a man of culture, but you're clearly rather learned.
It's not about being cultured or not. The thing is, this mode of expression can usually only be understood by other water imps. It's not a simple case of a song sounding happy or sad.
Is he also a water imp?
And yet, you're clearly human, Mr. Shram.
Suspicious.
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close friend who's a water imp. A delightful lady. But keep that a secret.
You're acting weird, sir.
Anyway, we spent so much time together that before I knew it, I noticed I could understand her expressions.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, the fact that you have a water imp friend is even more surprising. I'd better watch what I'm singing when I'm around you from now on.
Hey, what are you implying? You're not secretly insulting the audience in your songs, are you?
Heavens! Why would I do a thing like that?
It's getting late. We should discuss our sleeping arrangements for tonight. To guard against the killer, someone needs to keep watch.
And what if they become a victim?
I suggest that we don't sleep in separate quarters tonight. It will be safer if we all stay together.
As long as someone keeps an eye on Lelik, I'm quite sure we won't have any trouble.
Are you saying that you wish to bet your life on Miss Odette being the killer?
Nonsense. Of course not.
Then I propose the following arrangement for tonight. The Traveler, Odette, and I will form the Night Watch. We'll sleep in shifts, but two of us must be awake at any given time.
Fine by me. Wait, let me think about this. Yeah, no. Fine by me.
An excellent idea. This allows us to handle the Night Watch while also keeping an eye on Lelik. Meanwhile, the rule of taking shifts in pairs resolves the other issue. Namely that we can't necessarily trust the Traveler or Valeri either.
You think I'm murdering people, Mr. Creepy Scarf Hand?
I expect that plan took you quite some time to come up with, didn't it?
Actually, our field combat manual outlines a similar approach. Although the scenario there involves guarding prisoners overnight during field operations. That being said, I must clarify that I harbor no disrespect towards you personally, Miss Odette. In fact, Lelik's numerous covert operations make fine textbook examples for military agents.
I care less about respect and more about the fact that you just robbed me of 2/3 of my sleep tonight. I'm calling dibs on being the first to rest. Good night.
As night falls, you and Valeri take the first watch night. Take the first watch together. Good lord. Everyone is asleep on stage, making for a scene right out of absurdist theater. Eventually, the time comes for the first shift change.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. How are you faring?
I'm scared to go to sleep. I'm afraid I'm going to have another freaky dream, and 2 more people are going to die.
Oh, not going to argue with that. I'll take a quick nap. If you start to feel sleepy, wake me up anytime.
Okay.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the night watch. I should wake her up. I came here to get information from her in the first place. Maybe I should think about what questions I want to ask before she wakes up.
How long are you gonna keep staring at me?
You're awake? I didn't even wake you yet.
Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running haywire. Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
You too?
I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too. Let's take this chance to clear the air, shall we? I just had a simple question for you, really. It's, Rosaline. In her final moments, did she have any last words or anything?
Keep in mind, this happened like 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. I don't know. I don't remember.
I see. Well, that was all. I have no other questions.
Do you miss her?
No. She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to miss. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains that I am indebted to her.
I heard a little about that from Sandrone.
Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms.
Still, she didn't know the full details.
Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing. Not that it's any huge secret to me, though. When I was a child, I had to join the Fatui for the sake of my mother and me. I trained under Rosaline. It was extremely grueling, and it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the biting cold and practice. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was pressure to live up to her expectations, to be worthy of the fair lady's reputation. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled to fall asleep. After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. I suppose that was the cost of survival. Surely, any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life, don't you think? So, I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, that was the only way to defy my fate. It was my way of telling her, the Fatui's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. One day, I will leave. I think she probably blamed my poor performance in training on my passion for ballet. She knew my heart wasn't in it. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there to catch me red-handed. I told her, You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother. She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first, before she had the chance. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, she fell silent for a moment, and then left. After that, she never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She never came to watch me dance again either. Not even once.
She was a very proud person.
She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her face.
So, this was a gift from her?
Sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes, but also her way of keeping an eye on people.
Her way of keeping an eye on people. What does that mean? Also, I thought you gave that to Paimon. How do you still have it?
She knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. Trust her to make even a mark of approval feel suffocating. So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief, like they'd broken free from her shackles.
Wait, but if she was already dead, what difference did it make? She couldn't continue to monitor them from beyond the grave, could she?
But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis is one of the few things I can still feel clearly. I still wonder, did she really come to stop me that night? I wasn't sure, but I was scared, so I said some really awful things. I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our differences before the end.
Wait, but Sandrone told me you two had settled things.
Mm-hmm. She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event?
She said that Arlecchino gave Rosaline some advice, and that Rosaline went to see you.
Huh. No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left. Wait, in that case...
I think we should go and see the Knave.
Okay, I will. Thanks for letting me know.
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being caused by the energy research behind Project Stuzha. Paimon's very important to me, so I have to get to the bottom of this. I figured that since you're Lelik, you might know something about all this.
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon for the final battle. The weapon's construction was completed in Nodcry. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy.
So that's what they were doing at the Experimental Design Bureau.
Yes. The weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester, and the lab is located deep within the Armory Palace. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be to go there in person. Once we get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit.
Are you sure?
And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my question about Rosaline. I want to do you a favor in return. It's that simple.
Well, I barely told you anything.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
You made Wait, calm? Stay calm. Just act normal.
I thought you were sleeping.
I think he was awake the whole time.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environments. It's vital to staying alert and energized. Why? Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us, right?
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over for now. It's your turn to get some sleep.
I told you, I'm too scared to sleep. I don't want to drift back into one of those creepy dreams and 2 more people wind up dead.
Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I've found out a little more about Paimon's condition. I hope she's been sleeping well the past couple of days. Why do I feel like I'm being watched?
Oh, good lord. Do you make a habit of watching people sleep?
Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? But I thought she was asleep.
That's so funny. I didn't watch you for this long. I was there for like a second.
Never mind. I'd better try and get some sleep myself.
Oh god, here we go again.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? Are you reaching your limit too?
Wait, Traveler, we've been here before. Okay, where are we?
How long have we been walking for? Do you remember?
Time's lost all meaning. Ever since we noticed that thing above our heads. What was it called again?
A star key? Or key star? Anyway, the person who named it was swallowed by the black mist.
Whatever it's called, ever since we noticed it, we've been walking up and up, hoping that as long as we reach it, we can find a way out of this place. But it seems like no matter how far we walk, we never get any closer.
Well, we've come this far. You never know. Maybe we're almost there? Come on, enough moping. Let's go. The black mist is catching up.
Here we go again. Oh goodness, it's moving so fast. I feel like it's moving a lot faster this time. And what's-his-face isn't here. That dude. Mr. Scarfhand.
Fine.
There are enemies here?
Monsters! Watch out!
Not again! I've lost count of how many times we run into them. Careful!
Good thing the mist waits for us to finish fighting, otherwise we'd be long dead.
Here they come again! Get ready!
Come on, peeps. We need to keep moving.
Monsters ahead of us. The black mist behind us. It feels like there's no escape.
Fine.
Are you hurt, Coolish?
No. I'm fine. It's just... Suddenly I don't want to walk any further.
Well, you have to keep moving, otherwise you'll die.
I get you. In fact, I reached my limit a long time ago. Sometimes it feels like there's hope where there shouldn't be.
Yeah. The hope that the star gives us is the only thing keeping us going. But I'm not sure it's real at all. It may just be a collective illusion. Otherwise, why would it always be out of reach?
Are you really going to give up like this?
We know you mean well, but you're only saying that to try and encourage us to keep going, aren't you?
You have to. If you stop, you will die like those other two people.
Thank you, friend. But enough is enough. Please don't give me any more false hope. Hope is poison in this place. You're going to continue, aren't you? I admire that. I've given up, but I wish you the best. May there come a day that you catch up to the storm and leave this godforsaken place.
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Oh yeah, it's right here. And they just stopped right shy of it?
Congratulations. You're the first person to make it here.
I actually made it. What are you doing here? How did she get here?
I'm the star's envoy. The black mist has stopped rising. Its hunger is satisfied for now, having devoured your two companions.
Oh, great. When I wake up, there's going to be 2 more deaths. Fantastic.
This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue.
Continue? Aren't we going to leave?
What do you mean, leave? The star represents the starting point. It's the waypoint for the beginning.
The beginning?
Congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you are ready, we will head out and walk upwards. I will be right by your side the whole way.
After everything I went through to get here, this is just the start?
Huh? What's wrong? Hey, don't give up before the journey's even begun.
Is that Vodyanitsa's voice? What happened?
Coolish, wake up! Please wake up!
A drama about sleeping, which began as a joke the other day, is now playing out on stage. No one counted on this being a tragedy. A tragedy? How are these people dying? Everyone is gathered around the 2 sleepers in the center of the stage, without even suspecting the scene. Without even inspecting the scene. You already know what has happened, as if someone had told you in advance. Told me in advance? What about the dreams we're having? Oh God. Oh God. Jesus.
The situation is identical to that of the 2 casualties yesterday. We cannot ascertain the cause of death.
Yeah, it's definitely supernatural. I don't think there's someone actively murdering, unless they have superpowers.
At least there are some elements that we can rule out this time. They slept on the stage with everyone else, so I suppose the surrounding environment can't be a relevant variable.
Who's actually killing them, though? Traveler, are you dragging people into your dreams and killing them?
Rampana. Coolish.
Weren't some of us keeping watch last night? 3 of us, in fact. How could you not notice something was wrong?
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened on my watch.
So you didn't see anyone walk over there and kill those 2 people?
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
No incidents during my watch either. I have no reason to suspect Valeri or Odette.
To be honest, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night.
'Cause you were
I couldn't
busy
help but think I
murdering?
was the target. so I just laid there with my eyes closed.
Are you killing everyone? Why?
I heard the Traveler and Lelik chatting, but otherwise I don't recall hearing any commotion during the night.
Did you hear what we were saying?
Me too. I didn't want to wake everyone up, so I was concentrating hard, trying not to cough. I hardly slept at all. If anything had happened, I'm sure I would have noticed.
Imagine she's the one killing people, and the person we least suspect.
Then, what could possibly be causing this? Once was bad enough. I can't believe it happened again. I worked closely with Rampana and Coolish for so long. I never imagined that one day they'd... And on the stage of all places...
Are all the NPCs gonna die so only the playable characters are left?
Voroyanitsa...
Oh god, is Tonya gonna die?
4 victims in just 2 days, and we still don't have a single lead. I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. And above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be able to look Child in the eye again otherwise.
Still snowing?
Yes, I just checked. Still no sign of anyone outside either.
So this is day 3 of our trapment here. Great.
So we only have ourselves to rely on.
If you ask me, this killer can clearly strike whenever they please. The Night Watch was a useless endeavor from the start. Lelik must be an expert in poisoning. Clearly she used some poison that can't be detected on the corpse.
Here we go again.
Listen, I was already thinking to myself last night, was Lelik's reason for revealing her identity the real story? Well, now I have my answer. It most certainly was not. She's been playing us for fools. You get off on this, don't you? Revealing your identity, only to carry on with your killing spree?
That's a hideous thought. One that only a hideous mind like yours could dream up.
Oh my god. I would say, sir, how do we know you're not the one killing people? To keep your secrets safe.
How dare you?
You flung the accusation first.
That's enough! Yesterday, you named Lelik as a suspect because the victims were both wealthy merchants. Lelik might have had a motive then, but today's victims were just ordinary people. Not to mention that they were colleagues of Odette and mine. What reason would she have to murder them? Let me guess, just to scare you?
What are we doing with the bodies? Because we have now 4 corpses on our hands. They're gonna start to stink.
Who knows? Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. I implore you all to ask yourselves, how many people are there really in this world that have what it takes to kill another person? Not many, I'd wager.
Are you one of them? Do you have what it takes to kill a person? There are only 3 NPCs left. This is getting dire.
Lelik is well known to be a ruthless operator, and now she has revealed her identity. How could it be any more obvious?
Everything you've said so far is still just conjecture, which doesn't constitute a concrete lead. You need to back up your claims with some evidence.
How can you defend her, officer? What did she say to you while you were on Night Watch? Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised. You military types are always colluding with criminals to target the rich.
Oh my god. You are out of control, sir.
All so you can get your grubby paws on our hard-earned fortunes. Then tell us to fall in line. The Fatui, the Druzhna, and the Rokot. Thugs, the lot of you. Don't you dare.
Tonya.
Sir, but... You were the one who told us not to stop other people from expressing their opinions yesterday.
Yeah, but his opinions are getting dangerous.
4 people have already died. Only yesterday I was chatting with Mr. Coolish. Then we woke up in the morning and he's... Turning against one another is the last thing we should be doing right now.
He's the one starting it, flinging accusations of murder around.
little girl.
Even if Mr. Chuganov is a puffed-up, pig-headed windbag who doesn't have a clue what he's talking about, he's still one of the victims here, isn't he?
I mean, he will probably be the next victim, yeah, but the goal is to keep you from being a victim.
I had no intention of resorting to violence. But you're right, Miss Tonya. I ought not prevent him from speaking his mind.
What were you planning on doing? I mean, you are a very big man, and he's like much smaller and more frail next to you. What were you going to do to him?
In any case, I believe Mr. Chuganov has calmed down a little now. We may resume our discussion.
I don't think there's any need for that. What is there to discuss? Nothing about this situation is normal.
Yeah, we've been seeing different individuals in our dream, and then 2 NPCs wind up dead. That's very weird.
Did you have an idea, Mitya? You're the brainiac here, right? Come on, clue us in.
I've been mulling something over. All the leads we have so far concern things from outside the theater. Miss Odette's alter ego, the threats Mr. Chuganov received. But then there's the 2 double murder crime scenes themselves, which have given us absolutely nothing to go on whatsoever. That's highly unusual. Even with the most careful killers, there's always some evidence left behind.
Yeah, that's why I think it's supernatural.
So what are you suggesting?
I think this could be a supernatural event. It isn't characteristic of human-on-human homicide at all.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be a scientist? That doesn't sound like a conclusion someone like you is supposed to make.
But what other conclusion are we supposed to come to when there's no evidence of a... Like, there's no bruising, no lacerations, nothing.
I got into scientific research because of my insatiable curiosity. But if the present situation defies all known scientific explanations, I don't mind shifting my curiosity toward the paranormal instead.
Now that you mention it, I remember when I first came to the theater. I heard rumors about this place being haunted.
Do you think they're killing because we're sleeping here and whatever entity resides in this place doesn't want overnight guests?
Haunted? Yeah, I think I heard the same thing. But I mean, they're only rumors, right? We've worked here for years. Surely we would have noticed any spooky goings-on by now.
Yeah, but how often have you slept overnight here?
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? If Paimon were here, she'd probably be hiding behind me in fear right now.
Yeah, she'd also be chatting away and you wouldn't get a word in edgewise.
Why don't we take this opportunity to look for clues again with a more open mind? Maybe a different perspective will help us see something different.
Is somebody gonna clean up those bodies?
Very well. Whether it's criminals or ghosts we're looking for, the same rules apply. Everyone needs to tread carefully. I'll move the bodies into the same room for now.
Good lord, this is so disturbing. So yeah, they're picking off all the NPCs. Before we know it, only the playable characters will be left. There are 2 adults and then 1 child's sister. We have to make sure she doesn't die. So, is that why we took that weird photograph at the beginning? To keep track of all the murders? Because I thought that was odd. I'm like, why are we taking a picture?
I need to think very hard about whether there's anything that ever needed hiding. After all these years, there must be some things even I've forgotten about.
I wonder what room the bodies are in.
Tonya, did you find anything?
Not yet. Still looking. So... Are we supposed to be looking for something paranormal? I think I'd prefer teaming up with you than looking around on my own.
You think you'll be next?
This looks like somebody's notebook. Shall we read it together?
doesn't look scary or anything, so I guess it should be fine. Alright, let's read it together.
You once told me I would understand someday, but even now I still don't. I don't believe anyone should be forced to abandon their homeland because of a change in power. She never considered the feelings of us water imp nobles. Every inch of this land reflects memories of my childhood. If I close my eyes, I can still hear everyone's songs echoing everywhere. I will not forgive those who drove us away, and I miss you very much, Mother. I often find myself missing that dress with the tassels, the heavy bed curtains, and the first rays of sunlight that would stream into the manor each morning. But it's all right now. If I narrow my eyes just a little, the light seeping through the cracks backstage feel just like the one in our manor. I know that life is gone forever, and I can miss it all I want, but I also feel like what I have here now is no less than what I lost. The fantastical sets designed by the prop master, the many fans who came all this way just to see me, and this quiet dancing girl who doesn't talk much. These are all mine. I won't lose any of them again. I won't lose any of it again. Never. Absolutely never. I've joined a rather remarkable organization, but I can't tell you its name. Whatever that great figure intends to do with this time, there should always be someone looking out for the misfortunes of ordinary people. That's what our organization exists for. Even now, I still don't understand her. Why is it that those in power always seem this way? They clearly have the ability to bring greater happiness. Some say she has her own difficulties, but what could possibly trouble someone so seemingly omnipotent? Never mind. I should just focus on what I can do. I suppose you'll all hear about our organization sooner or later. Its name is... Never mind. I'll leave it a mystery for now.
Huh. This has to be Vodyanitsa's writing, surely.
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. I feel like I just read someone's secret diary by accident.
Since it's an accident, it should be fine. No, I feel no guilt.
It sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right? I don't understand. Why put this stuff in a notebook instead of mailing it in a letter?
Because her water imp parents belong to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya by the Tsaritsa long ago. And now they live somewhere new, where the postman can't get to.
Oh, I can explain.
We're sorry.
I'm not sorry.
It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and expect them to get ignored when everyone's scouring the place for clues. Alright, give me my notebook back. I'll take over the investigation in this room.
Are you killing people with your supernatural water imp powers? Sorry, what a hideous accusation to make.
Oh God, and this one. Oh my. Why am I so embarrassing?
Oh my god, it's not that big a deal. So we read your diary. It's not like you were writing about something personal, like sexual or something like that. Oh, I didn't even realize there's a downstairs area. Is this where he's storing the bodies? Oh, just you two.
Ah, Traveler. Since you're here, come take a look at this.
Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective. It appears to be an investigation report. And the focus of the investigation was the rumors of haunting we heard about earlier.
No, God, no, I'm not reading a whole nother section. This is too much.
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old. This person's name looks to be of Sumeru origin to me. Was the investigator from Sumeru?
The theater manager must have hired an investigator once specifically to look into this issue. But it doesn't look like anyone ever looked at the report.
Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous, while also being fearful of word getting out in case it affected the theater's business. Anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all. It's caused by an obstruction in the ley lines. Is there any chance this is the key to finally making some progress with the murder cases?
Ley line problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point. And while it certainly offers an explanation for the ghosts, it's hard to imagine what connection it could have to these two murder cases.
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. Angel civilization, ley line renovation? My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so it's completely outside of my wheelhouse. Huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet.
Let's see. Death is near. That's alarming. I just got goosebumps. It's pretty ominous no matter how you look at it. Death is near.
How unnerving. It was tucked inside the report, so it must be a note left by the author.
Do you think death is haunting this place?
Death is near. Is that supposed to be what's going on here? With us, in the theater?
I mean, 4 people have died.
But if so, how did the author foresee it? Could he predict the future somehow?
Maybe some of his comrades died in the same mysterious way.
Maybe things are more complicated than we thought.
Or maybe he was having dreams like the Traveler is, however, was actually able to remember them and made a note.
No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face value, they completely contradict one another. The report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are harmless and cannot affect the real world. But the note seems to be warning of potential danger. The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death?
Is it referring to the victims?
The various ways we could interpret this keyword lead in completely different directions. Let's pause our analysis here for now. I think we need more information.
Any bodies in here? Nope, just you two.
Valeri, come take a look at this. You too, Traveler.
Some sort of notebook. What is it for?
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Kulish was the main person to use it. He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show, audience numbers, exit times, and so on.
Who is Kulish again? I don't remember. I did see him at the entrance before coming. I think he was trying to hold this at the time.
Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he checked tickets at the entrance.
This should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show. So, you find anything unusual?
Is Kulish one of the victims, like that guy who just died?
Yes. The number of people. I've checked and double-checked, but the numbers just don't match what's recorded in the logbook. Apparently, we have an extra person among us.
Let me guess. It's that mercenary, right?
Are we certain that logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked in without buying a ticket or something?
Unlikely. Kulish took his duties very seriously. I've rarely seen any errors in his work.
Right? Because there's that weird mercenary who, for some reason, was familiar with that water imp's emotional language or whatever. He was creepy.
Not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal, meaning smaller audience numbers and tighter ticket restrictions than usual. Everything would have been well within his control.
We no longer have our tickets with us, do we? They got collected on entry. I assume there's no way we can check them again.
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Once people are in the door, they don't tend to leave until the show ends, so we collect the tickets at the point of entry.
Too bad Coolish is dead. If he were still around, we could just ask him.
Still, I'm inclined to believe that this discrepancy in the head count is significant somehow.
Yeah, that creepy mercenary.
Did an extra person just materialize out of thin air?
If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it? If anything, it's the natural conclusion.
Well, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination. And perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the lens of a typical murder investigation. But still, I'm struggling to be persuaded by your theory.
Does it really sound that far-fetched? Alright, well, let's treat that as speculation for now. I do agree with what you've said, so let's go with your idea for now.
Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads, I think it's time to reconvene. Let's get the others. So, that's about everything we've discovered so far. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we've learned from the logbook, I believe the extra person among us is most likely the killer. If the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have greatly increased the risk of their identity being exposed. I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip past the ticket inspection. They then blended in with the group and waited for an opportunity to strike.
What about the note found in the investigation report? Any thoughts on how that fits in?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen my fair share of psychopathic killers. They love playing cryptic mind games.
So, it has nothing to do with the haunting of the theater after all.
This theory makes sense to me. If we have an audience member unaccounted for, chances are they didn't come here to watch the show.
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words, all we have to do is find out who got in here without a ticket, and all our problems will be solved? Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal legitimately, yes? There's no way I'm the one who didn't have a ticket.
It's true. I hear you used every trick in the book to get a hold of that ticket, too. Everything short of throwing a temper tantrum and rolling around on the floor at the entrance.
I most certainly did not degrade myself in such a way.
Probably a stupid question, but I might as well ask. Did anyone here get in without having their ticket checked? Guess it was naive of me to expect them to just admit to it.
Especially after the unprompted Lelik reveal. Once was already a miracle. Twice would be unfathomable.
I think the most likely person is... Because we know that she had a ticket, because we're here with her brother, and Tartaglia said that he was supposed to come here with her. He threw a temper tantrum to get in, so we know he had a ticket. This person, he's the one I'm suspicious of.
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. If no one can verify Shram's identity... Mr. Shram, did you really go through the ticket inspection to get in here?
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend? Do I seem that suspicious?
Yes, you seem very suspicious.
It's not that you stand out as suspicious, more that everyone else has been ruled out as trustworthy.
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now, so I'm sure you can all tell what kind of person I am.
How?
I'm a true gentleman. I never dream of doing something like sneaking to the theater without a ticket.
Well, we just have your word. What proof do you have?
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the problem is, none of us here actually know you, so no one can say for sure that you are who you claim to be. Although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah, you're friends with that water imp, which is why you understand our primary mode of expression. Last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya, since most of the water imps left. Could you tell me a little bit more about your friend? There's a good chance I actually know her. And I suppose it's also kind of a way for everyone else to get to know you a little better.
Why are you stammering? Can't answer the question?
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling like a teenage boy. It's revolting.
Hey, revolting is a little strong. All right, fine. I'll admit it. That water imp friend of mine, the truth is, we're dating.
Right now? You're dating her right now?
I was just the bodyguard hired by her family. But the stars must have aligned, because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd get so lucky.
You still haven't told us who she is.
We don't need details. Just get to the point.
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. You know how it is. These are delicate times.
Why are you stalling? Just tell us her name.
Even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and human factions will give her a hard time.
Really? Wait, no. That can't be.
Huh? Shram, what the devil are you talking about?
Why is everyone looking at me like that? Surely you can understand where I'm coming from.
Well, the fact that you have not named this person...
Delicate times? Factions?
Yes? You know, the Civil War? Last time I checked, the Fae and the humans were still at each other's throats.
Are you confused, sir? What civil war? What are you talking about? Is he out of time? He does kind of stand off from everyone else, right? He seems like he's dressed differently than your average NPC. Is he from a different time?
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnaya history was over 400 years ago, when Her Majesty the Tsaritsa had just taken the throne and was consolidating her reign.
What do you mean, 400 years ago?
What's going on here? Is Shram from the past?
Is he a ghost? We've been with a ghost this whole time we didn't even
All right,
notice?
Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is, it appears that your theory may be correct.
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be honest.
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Traveler?
Yes, I have. Option 1. According to the theater's duty log, there seems to have been an extra person at the scene. A letter that one girl wrote to her family but never sent. A clue that is yet to surface. Investigation report into the alleged theater hauntings.
That seems to be the case. Shram's the extra person, but there's no way of learning his identity from this clue.
Well, maybe he... I was gonna say maybe he's the person who wrote that report, but...
The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Some souls can even wander this place forever. Mr. Shram's statement proves he is from hundreds of years ago. And according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Shram is very likely a lost soul wandering the theater.
That is so creepy.
For some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering the theater due to the ley line issues has joined our group and blended in. Yeah, that must be the immediate reason why the ticket count doesn't match the number of people present. The contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed ley line issues and wandering souls in the theater. death likely symbolizes the deceased. Mr. Schramm, for instance. Death is near. That must mean that there's a dead person in our midst. That's the truth, isn't it?
Oh god, that's so creepy.
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that there would be souls stuck wandering around the theater because the ley lines were cut off. Mr. Schramm must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. In which case, that also makes him our extra person. So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased, people who died a long time ago.
Someone who died a long time ago.
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we've been searching for is a ghost from the past.
You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make jokes like that, my man. There must be some mistake. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
How would you know that? You're a ghost. I feel like your grasp on reality is strenuous at best.
Yeah, even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater can't affect reality, right? They're harmless.
Oh my god.
Then what if the problem isn't the souls at all, but the ley lines themselves?
You think the ley lines are killing people? Is that something ley lines do?
The ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls. Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole, constantly seeking to engulf souls. But the souls that don't want to return are trying to avoid being sucked in.
But what about the people who are alive and got sucked in?
Why does this analogy sound so familiar?
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it ended up swallowing innocent souls by mistake? Or intentionally taking other souls to compensate?
That's alarming.
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death. If you're right, and their souls were devoured by the ley lines, it does make some sense.
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense of. Does that mean it's true?
Except there's no concrete evidence. Mitya's relying on a lot of logical leaps. Still, it seems like the best explanation we have under the circumstances.
Alright, so how could Schramm not know that he's dead? Seems a little unlikely that he hasn't noticed anything unusual even after several days interacting with us.
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being there. It's simply what's natural for them.
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be right after all. I'm trying to remember and... even though my head feels like it's going to explode, I think... it's all coming back to me. I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death, so I forced myself to forget.
Well, I'm sure those are painful memories.
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out, performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to do with the war. I thought I could pull one over on them, so I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me a traitor to humanity. But I was going to do whatever it took to buy our chance to escape, no matter how many people stood in my way. I had to, both as their bodyguard and out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want. You don't need to dig all that up again.
It's just... even now, I'm still struggling to accept the truth. How could I be dead? I'm sorry. Everyone. If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death, then punish me however you see fit.
But, Mr. Shroom...
No. I refuse to be a burden. I know what I have to do. You said I've been wandering the theater for centuries, right? I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Out there, I mean. I'll leave this place, and take all this death with me. Go out on my own terms.
Mr. Shram, I'm sure we can figure out a different course of action.
My good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago. One way or another, this has to end. Unless you're saying this goes against another one of your military principles somehow.
No, I'm speaking on a personal level this time.
Let it go, man. Oh, wait. One last thing. Miss Wateramp. My lover. Her name was Litia. Litia Ozarova. Do you know what happened to her?
Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her. I remember her as a very kind elder. She had a bunch of kids, too.
I'm so glad she survived. And she had lots of kids? Good. That's... good. I could hardly expect her to stay single just because of what happened to me, right? As long as she went on to be happy, that's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. My soul's been wandering around here for so long because I was worried about her. But now, I can go without regret. There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past few days. Perhaps we'll meet again in the next life.
Take care, my man.
I knew Mr. Shroom was already dead, but... I still feel so sad.
Yeah, it was surprisingly emotional.
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense of it.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, so I don't remember much. It's terrible to think that so many innocent people had their lives turned upside down. Even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation, then used her terrifying power to suppress the humans.
The Tsaritsa did that?
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, directing whatever animosity both sides had for each other at herself instead. That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans and Fae since. Things have been fairly harmonious for the past few centuries.
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city? She offered herself up to be hated in exchange for peace.
How did she decide whether to drive out the Fae or the humans?
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not. And besides, there are very few who truly do.
All this time, I had no idea.
All right. If Mitia's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled. Let's all take a break.